Who would have thought Khalid gave us directions to the wrong location? Underneath his privacy was a queer individual, forced to bloom a bit too soon. Filling a much-needed space in music, despite its homophobic history. Was this the right move? Can he transcend the homophobia? Is this the perfect time for a black queer R&B and pop artist? I think this is perfect timing. Hello you guys, it is Mark back with another video, and like I always say, don't be scared to fall because you may fall into a better situation. I like to feel like I'm a part of that better situation. You're already here, so you might as well subscribe. And without further ado, let's get into today's video. So it's been a minute since I've spoken on pop culture or artists and things like that, but I wanted to come back because Khalid just released his new song, Out of Body, which I feel is just what the gays need, what we always need, more representation. I feel like Khalid coming out with this album is more of the representation that us gays and butch queens need. And also not even just in the music space, but just to give people who are struggling with expressing themselves on the outside to see that other people are also having the same struggles and that they can overcome it. So I wanted to talk about Khalid today in that type of context as he goes to this transition into his new album. But I wanted to start from the beginning and give you guys kind of like a run through of how did we get to this point. And then we'll talk about my opinions on all of the homophobia and everything else. Because y'all know I like to take it. Khalid Donald Robinson. Khalid has made a name for himself, but I do feel like some of his music has always felt a bit safe. But underneath the safeness, I feel like there was very potential. And sometimes I just feel like an artist just needs that push. Khalid is 27 and he was born in 1998, the same as me. He is an American R&B and soul artist who is also a songwriter. He was born in El Paso, Texas. His single Location reached number 16 on the Billboard Hot 100 and spent 5 weeks at number 2 on Billboard's Hot R&B charts. I just felt like there was always so much more room for Khalid to grow. I just didn't know what direction he was gonna grow in. There was always room for Khalid to grow, but when would he? 2025, outed. Now, I don't condone anybody being outed. Khalid, for the most part, has kept quiet about his personal life, with a little to no speculation about his sexuality over the years. He's continued to be someone who was loved by straight people, gay people, and just everybody, because he's maintained a level of privacy that a lot of us honestly should have. I just find it funny how no one cares until they do. That's how you know homophobia is a real thing. So, November 22nd, 2024, Khalid was outed by his ex-boyfriend, Hugo Armante. Came out of nowhere and posted a picture of him and Khalid together, alleging that the two were together. Khalid did later come out and confirm that the picture was true and that they did have a relationship 5 years ago. There y'all go. Next topic, please. LOL. Which is so cunty of him.
That dude and I dated 4 to 5 years ago, y'all. This is all random. I don't know why he did it. I don't know what's going on with him. Mental health is real. But I haven't even had a conversation or seen this dude in 4 years.
Oh, you gotta be real desperate. Can you imagine not only bringing up somebody who you dated in the past to try to gain some attention, but outing their sexuality when you haven't even contacted them in 4 fucking years, all because you want some attention? That's just like embarrassing. As a queer man, you already know how dangerous it is for people to be outed. You know the implications of being outed, and you're willing to do that. This is the shit that people talk about when they say clout chasing weirdos in LA. This is that low vibrational ass soulless shit. Because I couldn't imagine compromising my fucking values so much as to out somebody for some fucking clout. I think he really thought that people were gonna be on his side when he got on there and was colorist as fuck in those tweets and thought that he ate.
He just grabbed this out of his ass and put this out on Khalid. It's just the levels that people will go to try to tear you down. You know? And it sucks that it's coming from a person that is this attractive because he doesn't have to do all this. 5 years later, child. It's crazy work. I don't know what was going on with that, but child, whatever. I will say on record, this is a very attractive man. So Khalid, you got some taste, boo. I ain't even gonna hold you. You got some taste. But considering the character of this person and outing somebody else, especially somebody like Khalid, who is literally not even problematic, like literally the least problematic person on this earth, this is a person you outed out of nowhere when nobody was even looking for this. What I feel like was, personally, he thought that he was a catch, and he got upset when that light that Khalid brought into his life started to fade with Khalid not in the picture. He wanted some of that motion back. Whenever something like this happens, you have a part of the community that will flock towards a man that just outed someone else, but then you'll also have these people that are just like, nope, I don't want nothing to do with somebody like that. And that is where I'm at. If that's your character, if that's how you choose to operate within love, I don't want nothing to do with you. So November 22nd, 2024, this was last year. There will always be some type of divide within the gay community because we're still trying to get this right. But for the most part, the queer community welcomed him with open arms, but also there were some people that were saying that he was in his Sam Smith era, referencing how Sam Smith decided to lean more into his feminine side and express his queerness a lot more in his visuals and also in his music. But people failed to realize that he was also met with the same criticism. But homophobia is nothing new when it comes to not just music, but also society, which is why artists like Frank Ocean, Sam Smith, and Lil Nas X, and many more are pretty close-lipped about their sexuality during the introduction of their careers. Why, you may ask? I would say it's simple. Masculinity grants gay men a level of success that feminine men oftentimes don't get to see. This logic also applies to society in some cases. Gay men are only valued in spaces that cater to others, like fashion, makeup, and hair, or the gay best friend. We see proof of this throughout history from musical greats like Luther Vandross, who has taken his sexuality literally to the grave. Rest in peace to her too, she was Cunty Boots. September 26, 2025, Khalid released Out of Body. I love this music video so much. It's so cunty. You can tell that he's still finding his comfort when it comes to expressing his femininity because he's been so, trying to be masculine and all of that stuff like that, which is something that I feel like a lot of gay people can relate to. Some people, it's easier to express yourself because you've always been yourself, but when you've been a gay person or a queer person who's always been in that closet and always conformed to your surroundings to feel safe, it can be harder to kind of let go of that safety. The video was met with criticism and praise for its shift in not only sound, but image. Even though it's completely normal for artists to create entire personas to roll out a new album, somehow we've allowed being yourself to be a problem. But that's clearly just how homophobia works. Khalid becoming more comfortable with himself is nothing new for queer individuals. Living amongst a homophobic society, the transition into self-expression is way harder than people realize. Owning your sexuality and living it is two different things. The transition is unique to each of us, and harder the more feminine you are. I also have a video on my page about an identity crisis that I personally suffer with, and I feel like if you are a queer individual, this is a video that I feel like that you should watch. It will pop up right here in the cards. I feel like the queer experience is evolving and blooming, and I feel like that is exactly what Khalid is doing right now. He is blooming into the person that he was always meant to be. If you want to check that video out, it will also be at the end of the video. What I personally think needs to be considered with this scenario is queerness in general can be a struggle mentally. Even once you come to terms with your sexuality, the journey doesn't end there. It is then when the journey starts towards freedom of expression. Some queer individuals struggle with this more than others. I've personally struggled with this myself. And some were already comfortable expressing their femininity. Let's watch a clip of Khalid performing at his first Pride event, and let's look at how emotional he was.
First time performing at Pride. This is my first time being at Pride. That shit got me choked up. Oh my god. But I love you too. Before I continue, I want to thank you guys so much for accepting me. And supporting me. It means the world to me. It makes me so happy. I feel like I'm home here on the stage. And that's really big. And I didn't know I was gonna cry, but
I feel like he is starting his transition. He's blooming into the person that he was always meant to be. He's not holding back because he has no reason to. Everyone knows The cloak that he had on to kind of feel safe in the music industry has been ripped off because of Hugo. So now he has no choice but to live his truth. And why not put it in the music when this is who I am and this is how I live every day? And let's be clear, Khalid could have been this person all along behind closed doors, but he never showed it in his artistry, which is what he is to us. He is an artist. So now, throughout this new journey, he will start to put who he is in his art and his sound. It was a direction that I didn't know Khalid had in him, but I'm so happy that it's him. This is the era where I feel like I'm going to be up Khalid's ass. Lil Nas X is more of a rapper. Santana is more of a rapper. We don't have a lot of gay black pop stars, if any. And Khalid is someone who can already sing, who can already write, he can already produce. Like, he has it all. Besides the dancing, he need to work on that. I ain't even gonna hold you. He's young. He has time. He has time, honey. He got time. Because I saw some people talking about something, it's not selling sex. Leave that man alone. Y'all just saying that because he ain't got that shirt off. He don't want to show his chest like that. Like, he not trying to give y'all everything. Y'all want everything. Y'all greedy. And I hate it because I feel like sometimes y'all be spoiling it for us who are patient and want to let these artists evolve. Let's not act like an artist ain't got to release a damn album every year to keep up with y'all attention span. Clock that T. He probably has always been filmed behind the scenes, but this is where he's embracing his femininity and his artistry, which I feel every artist should be able to do, regardless of their sex, gender, or even race. In my Lil Nas X video, I asked, will Lil Nas X be able to transcend the homophobia in the ways that Frank Ocean did? And I will ask the same of Khalid. Of course, this strictly relies on the music and the choices he makes going forward, but also, most importantly, the support of the queer community. If no one's here to support him, who's going to make it easier for queer individuals that are going to come behind him? Who's going to make it easier for those of us in the queer community that would like to be in this position? We are now his core audience. I don't know if this is going to be an overall direction of the album. I would love that. Oh my gosh, I feel like we need black pop. We are now his core audience. At least that's the perception of society. Now that his music is queer. Bitch, please. With this new sound, feel, and direction, is Khalid the perfect person to take femme, black, queer boys to the next level? I don't know. Some think that it's easy because Frank Ocean was able to transcend the homophobia, but I fear people lack knowledge of how homophobia actually works. I've said this in a lot of videos. At the center of homophobia is femininity. Frank Ocean was open about his sexuality, but he never leaned into it. Therefore, his music was easier to digest. It doesn't take away from the quality of his music because his music is still good, but it's easier for straight individuals to digest his music and easier to forget that he's even gay. It's because he stayed in the box that Khalid just jumped out of, and Khalid is now expressing himself. Frank Ocean may not even be feminine. That's why he didn't have to bloom. We don't know what his character traits are. He may not be as femme as Khalid and me. He may just be as masculine as he presents himself. At the center of homophobia is femininity. So any gay boy or straight man who presents masculinity, it gives you a level of security and success that femininity does not give you. Whereas feminine acts like Lil Nas X and Saucy Santana, it's hard to forget when their lyrics and videos lean more into their queerness. Homophobia runs wild in the black community and black artistry, so the chances are slim. What we can count on is Khalid being who he has always been. A talented singer and songwriter who was always able to ignite feelings of youthful relatability for men and women all over the world, regardless of their sexuality. That's pretty much all I have for you guys today on the Khalid topic or whatever. Do you guys like this video? Let me know down below, and let me know who else do you guys want me to get into. I love getting into these artists, especially the black gay ones. When they do stuff like this, this is what we be here for. I ain't even gonna hold you. I love this. I'm here for this. I'm clocked in. I've been playing this over and over. The content is going to be coming back to back. Y'all know we are no niche channel, so the content is just going to be contenting. I hope y'all enjoying it, and I will see you guys in the next video. Hope you guys are enjoying your October. What are y'all going to be following? I have some ideas in my head, but you're just going to have to wait and see. Rude. As always, I love you guys, and I will see you guys in the next video. And don't forget to stay honest. Bye, guys.